Ahoy there and welcome back to Build with the Boys. We have now got to close out the month. Part 40 of Hachette's Build the Titanic. And it's a controversial one. Please don't argue about the propellers in the comments. Please don't argue about the propellers in the comments. Right. We'll go into that at the end. Propellers. I'm not going to get drawn into a dispute about it or a debate, but this has raged on for years, and it is what it is. So what we're doing in this one is we are installing the propellers. We also have some more shafts to attach the propellers to, and some what are essentially staples to hold the rods in place. We are then moving back to our main ship. So the ship that we were working on, we've not touched in months. We're back, and we're installing the second anchor into the winch mechanism. So that'd be nice. It would suggest that, for now at least, we're done with the engine. I know there's more. I know there's a lot more to the engine, but it would suggest that we stopped, knowing what's coming next as well. That we're moving away and we're going back to the superstructure and the hull, which will be nice. It really will. Now, there's something you need to take note of in this, okay? Someone's going to do it, but if you listen, you won't. Do not glue your propellers to the rods. The propellers are going to come back off. Later on, they're going to be attached. So we're just placing them on at this point. Do not glue them. Do not glue propellers to the rods, because I think what's going to happen is we're going to thread this into the boat, then you're going to put the propellers on. Okay? If you've already put the propellers on, you've glued them in place, that's not going to work now, is it? So we are resting them on there just to see them, just to see how they are. Do not glue the propellers in place at this stage. Right, so without further ado, let's get into it. And at the end, we'll have a chat about propellers and also about some of the stuff that's coming up over Christmas. Let's get going. Okay, so here is everything we get in stage 40. Now, we have got our 3 propellers, and I'm pleased to tell you they are metal. I know that was a concern for a lot of people, but they are indeed metal. There you go. And really rather lovely brass they are as well, bronze, whatever they are. They're looking lovely. We've got 3 shafts here, and we've got the steadies for it. We also have anchor number 2, anchor number 2. Now, we are going to install these propellers to these rods. To do this, we're not going to glue them. Again, seriously, do not glue them. Someone's going to do it, and so I can't get my propellers off. So, taking the longest of the 3, we are going to take the world's most controversial propeller. That is the 4-bladed propeller. Oh dear, please don't shout at me. And we're going to install that. That one's just going to go on there. That's all we're going to do. We're going to take our 2 even length rods, and again, finding the sweet spot, we're going to install one, and then we are going to install our second one, like so. So that's it. That's all we've got to do for those for now. What we're now going to do is we're going to attach these to our gearbox over here. So let me set that up and we'll get that done. Okay, so starting with the world's most controversial propeller and shaft, we are going to thread that one through the middle of here. See that like so. And then find the sweet spot, and this will slot in. There we go, I'm there. Am I? Yeah. So that's that one in. And we're going to take our second one. See, that's where the temptation is going to be to glue, because these will just fall off. But don't glue them. Don't do it. If you want to hold them on and make them secure, you could use blue tack or something like that, just sort of give them a bit of security to begin with. But you don't need to. As I said, these are going to be coming off. So that's that one in. We'll take our third one. And we're going to thread that one in as well. So that's going to sit in that channel there. Find our groove. And there we have it. Those are those 3 in. Now, don't put pressure on this. So what you're going to do is to prop this up. No pun intended. We are going to use one of the boxes that the parts came in this month. So we're not putting any pressure on the propellers as such. Just going to rest that on there like so. So the propellers can hang off the back. Let's get that nice and even. and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So there we go. So my propellers now aren't taking any strain. What we're going to do next is we're going to install some stays here. They're just going to hold those in place. Okay, so we're going to take this piece here. Now that's this one. And that's going to sit on there like so. Not without a fight, it won't. So let's get a screw ready. We're using our old mate, the AP screw, which appears to be the tradition. We've put a lot of AP screws in this month. Let's hold that one in place. Let's get that started. Again, be conscious of pushing down and pushing pressure. You don't want to snap anything. But AP screws will go without really much fight. So that's one. Let's get a second in. It looks a little odd, but I mean, I'm sure it will all make sense later on. So that's that one in. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to use our part 40F. That is this part here. Same again. So we are going to go into here like so. And then our old mate, the AP screw, is going to come into play again. And we're going to put 2 in here to hold this one in place. So supporting it from the bottom. I'm going to put 2 in. Oh god, pig zero that. Alright, let's reload. Okay. So that's one. One more. Nice 2, so that's that nicely in place and secured. Right, we are now moving along. We're going to be focused on this section and this section here. And what we're going to do is we are going to take, let's start with this piece here. And all that's going to do is that's going to sit over there and it's going to lock that in place. And again, 2 AP screws, this will be job done. That's one. That's 1, 2, and then we're going to do the exact same thing on the opposite side and lock this one in place. Support it from below. I apologise for the noise. The kids have got a new Nintendo game and they're losing their minds about it. Okay. And last one, and we are done with this section. There we go. Now, one thing I should have mentioned is propeller placement. So, you can't just put them on any old way. We can. You know, no one's going to report you for it. But, to get your propellers right, the centre propeller's angle matches the starboard angle. The port side is the opposite to it. So, that's how you know you've got your propellers the right way, because they're all angled the same way. So that's how you're going to do it. So those are in place now. So there's only one thing left to do, really, isn't there? Let's see them turn. Are they going to turn? I hope so. I'm going to be really annoyed if they don't. Brilliant. Yeah, I can see what the temptation could be to glue these. But don't. Because, as I said, they'd secure later. So don't resist the temptation. Let's see if we can get it to turn without that happening. So that's reverse. And then when we're going forwards, there we go, all 3. Beautiful thing. We're happy. So that is all we have to do in this stage. I'm happy with that. Again, don't glue your propellers. I'd be tempted to, don't. We are moving on to the next one now, and we are installing the second anchor into our hull. So let me bring that up. Okay, so taking our little anchor here, we are going to thread it through this hole, as we did with the first one. I know it's a long time ago, but that's how we're going to do this. So we're going to thread this through here, and then I'll feed it through and show you it being installed in place. So it's just the opposite hole to where your first anchor is. Okay, so I'm going to try and do this so you can see it, but we are in a very dark spot here. What we're going to do is take in our winch mech from the last one, and pull that so it's nice and slack. We don't want the other one to come off, so we're going to move that round. We're going to open up this eye bolt there, and we're going to try and drop the second one onto here. Success! Let's see, so we're going to let that retract. So, there we go. Now, let's get this up, right? Let's get you where you can see it. So these should now both be in the same spot. So we've got that one there like so. And then our new one, if we flip it round, is installed there like so. Now, if either of yours are too short, too tight, there is a clasp that they've given you with this one, where you can shorten the chain. I don't need to use it, but you can shorten the chain, or you can extend the chain as needed by using a clasp. It's simple enough, and that's it. We're done. Anchors away. So that's it. That's 40 complete, and that is us done for the month. As quickly as it comes, it's gone. It was a brief flirtation with the Titanic this month. Now I can show you what's coming up in issue 41. I'm very excited it is too, because what we've got is we are moving back to the wheelhouse, and we have two LEDs as well, which are going to be installed into the, and we got a bit more superstructure there, so that's good. No more engine for now, at least, which is nice, because I like to break it up. I like to move around. I mean, I quite liked the way it was going before. It was piece of hull, piece of superstructure, bit of engine, piece of hull, piece of superstructure, bit of engine, then all of a sudden it's like just engine, and it's like, well, yeah, okay, but there is a load more to go in that engine room. It's not done by a long shot. There's a load more to go in there. So be aware of that. But I mean, Christ, it might be a year before we do that. Who knows? Who knows? But again, with your propellers, don't glue them. Do not glue them. We're going to thread those through the ship, and then we're going to put them on after. If you already put them on, you're not going to thread them through. It's going to be a nightmare. So yeah, don't glue them. Do not glue them. Use blue tack if you want to hold them in place, and then just clean it off. It's fine. But that's all for that one. The anchor's looking lovely as well. I had a lot of people say that their anchor broke. Now, you would have seen when I let mine go up, I had to move it, because if it catches underneath the ship, it'll pull and it will snap. So that's not great. But again, don't yank the bloody thing out. It's a little chain. You know what I mean? You pull out a bit, retract up, pull out a bit more, retract up, pull out a bit more. Don't, and it's like, oh, and it broke. And it's like, well, yes, it's gonna. It's like, be gentle with it, man. Do you know what I mean? She's a beautiful lady. Treat her right. But that's where we are with that. So yeah, just keep an eye on your anchors. There is, as I said, there is a clip where you can you can extend the wire if you need to. This is the clip here. It's a tiny bloody thing. But if you need to extend the wire or make it shorter, you can. You just thread it through, and you can put some slack in it, or you can make it shorter. But that's all for this one. If you are just stopping by for the instructions, thank you for stopping by. Please remember to like and subscribe, and hit the notification bell so every single time a copy of Titanic or anything else comes up. We should have the next 4, should have the next 4 before Christmas, because they're supposed to dispatch on Friday of next week. Can't see it. Can't see it, to be honest with you. I think that's pie in the sky at this point. But who knows? Who knows? We might get them. I mean, it would literally be Christmas Eve, the day before Christmas Eve, if we're lucky, because we are 11 days behind at this point. So they've got to make that time up somewhere, I'd hope. But again, with more postal strikes planned for over Christmas, I'm not holding my breath. I'm really not. So if I don't see you this side of Christmas, have a wonderful Christmas. Those who stick around for our Titanic talk is a little bit different today. So we're not doing a Titanic story today. What we are doing is, I just want to say thank you to all the viewers of Titanic. I know there's a lot of you. We crossed the 1,000 subscriber threshold last week. And that's huge for us, that really is. We never thought anybody was going to watch this. Like, when I made the first Titanic video, I didn't think anyone was going to watch it. I put it on there to show the kids, I really did. I didn't think anyone was going to watch it. But it's been so nice. It's been so nice talking to all of you. Now, I know I've done videos addressing this, but not everybody watches everything. So I've got people that just swing by for Titanic and that's it. So if I've caught you, that's my opportunity to say thank you to you. And I mean, I've got people that watch everything. I've got people that just watch Titanic. I've got people that just watch The Doll's House. I've got people that just watch Iron Man. But I just want to say thank you to all of you. And thank you for a great year. And I hope you have a fantastic Christmas and a very happy new year. We have got a lot of stuff coming up on the channel over Christmas. I'm aware, and you would have seen this if you've seen any of the videos I did on men's mental health. I'm aware that Christmas is not the same for everybody. I mean, as much as it's this big family thing and loved ones, there are people that are quite lonely at Christmas. I'm aware of that. I've lived that, okay? So I can relate. So I have upped the content over Christmas, just so you can always, swing by and visit a mate, because that's kind of, that's the relationship I want to have, that, we're buddies. You're not just watching some guy tell you to build a boat, you're just dropping by and hanging out with a mate for a few minutes. So that's what we've done. So there's a lot of Christmas content coming up. There's a lot of builds coming up. We have got Iron Man ending this month. So it could be next week. Could be as early as next week. Iron Man will be complete. The run won't finish, but the model itself will be complete. We have Disney Doll's House any day now. It didn't arrive today, so it suggests it's going to arrive on Monday. We have got more wooden builds. So we've got a lot of the Roker and Roll-Off wooden builds. Pretty much everything I've asked for Christmas from everybody is models. So I'll have a bunch of those coming up. We've got some features on Christmas movies for people who don't like Christmas movies. They're funny. Swing by and check those out. We've got some Run Impress minis. We've got a Die Hard video coming up. We've got a lot over Christmas, because I wanted to give you as much content as I could. So if you are, feeling a little lonely over Christmas, you got something to watch. You got something to see. I am toying with the idea at the moment of doing a live stream on New Year's Eve, where we can all build a model together. So it'll be something cheap. It'll be a model less than a tenner. But once I kind of confirm I can do that and it's viable, I'll let you know what the model is. And if you want to buy one, well, I'll make sure it's something we can get from Amazon or something like that. If you want to buy one and you want to swing by on New Year's Eve, you've got no plans, and you want to have a beer and a building with the boys, we'd love to have you, man. Really, we would. That is all from me. Again, thank you from the bottom of my heart to everybody that swings by and watches the Titanic. Again, if I don't see you this side of Christmas, have a great one, and thank you again. In a world where you can be anything at all, just be nice. Please remember to like and subscribe, and I will catch you on the next one.